Everyone knows that the most important part about playing the blues is loneliness. So if you have friends, pause the video, lose all your friends, come back, and now since you have no friends, you're going to have to learn how to play rhythm and lead kind of at the same time. So I think the best way to practice this is going to be an example of the song Boom 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 by John Lee Hooker. This is just a version of it. It's going to sound like this. So basically, it's kind of like an 8-bar blues pattern. We're going to talk about individual bars and how to separate the rhythm into like a lead line type thing. I'm rocking the D'Angelico Deluxe Atlantic through the Fender G-Deck 30 practice amp. And it really comes down to kind of seeing what you can do in a bar, right? So if we have like 8 bars to work with, we're going to start on E. You make it E7, however you want. This is going to be kind of like a blues in E. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of those bars, break it into 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to kind of establish the choppy rhythm that we're going for, right? So that'll be the first bar. And a lot of blues music is going to have like a call and response type deal, whether it's with a vocal and a guitar or just guitar lines in and of itself. So the first call is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And the first response is going to be a lick, all right? So again, that first call we're going to do, we can do it really easy. We can just do open E, 3E, open A, back to E. Okay? Now, one thing you might want to do to kind of blues it up a little bit is take when you hit that 3rd fret on the E string, kind of make a little micro bend. E, G, A, E. To make it sound a little fuller, you might want to try doing power chords. All that is open E and 2A for the first beat. Keep your pointer finger on 2A, then your middle finger on the G for the second beat. Down a string, open A and 2D for the 3rd beat, and then that first E power chord for the 4th beat. Again, power chord is just a 2-note chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's bar V, followed by, all right, a little lick here, right? And one of the best blues licks ever, really. 2nd fret on the G string, slide. I suggest using your middle finger for this one. Slide from 2 to 4. The reason we're using our middle finger is because that lines your pointer finger up with the 3rd fret on the B string. Slide. And then the opposite of that, slide from 4 to 2. Slide, 3B, slide back, 4 to 2, open G, 2D, open D, 2D. Okay, so that's our first lick. And we're going to do variations of that lick too. So the E bar, back to the rhythm. Okay, so it's kind of like a rhythm and a lead, call, and response thing. Now the second time we do it, we can do a different type of a lick. We're going to do this one. Alright, so all it is open G, and then like a little kind of micro bend on the 2nd fret of the G string. I'm not really taking it all the way a full step. I'm just kind of getting up a little bit, bending it kind of out of tune, and then stopping it at the top. However you want to do, you can go up and... There's really no rules. That's why it's the blues. I'm just going open G, 2 with the bend, open G, 2, open 2 on the D string, okay? Now, one of the reasons I kind of like ending it on 2D, which both licks, that first one ended there on 2D, and the second one ended there. The reason that is because what note is this? D, D sharp, E. So ending that lick with an E kind of brings us back to that E power chord thing we got going on, right? So we got the rhythm, lick 1. And then we can kind of go back and forth. Now, let's make a variation on that first lick. All I'm doing here, same thing, 4G, 3B, back, open G, and on 2G, again, what is the second note on the second fret on the G string? G, G sharp, A. A makes a lot of sense because in that blues pattern, we usually go down a string, right? Going from an E to an A. So when we end here, that leads us into the A. And then I do the exact same thing that I did on the E string with the power chords. I'm just moving everything down a string. Open A, 2D, 3A, 2D, open D, 2G, open A, 2D. Okay, so the E rhythm is, the A rhythm is, right? Very kind of traditional blues, just going down, going up a fourth in the major scale or just down a string, right? So now we can do that same lick to get back to the E again. Because if we have like a bar of E, right, that ends there, then when we go to the A, that's one bar on A, then back to E. Okay? So really we're just going back and forth between E. We have 2 bars of E, 1 bar of A, 1 bar of E. So far we've got the 2 bars of E. The first bar ends. The second bar ends. Into the A. Back to the E. Alright, now usually this goes to the 5 chord after that. So B would be our next bar. So maybe, why don't we just take this lick and just find a way to end it on a B. Now, I think the B to end it on isn't necessarily the open B string. Let's try to find a way to end that lick on the 4th fret of the G string, which is G, G sharp, A sharp, B, right? Maybe we can do that, right? Again, that's something that I just did differently in the example even, but same lick. 2, 3, 4. A sharp, B. Now, I can't really use the open strings to help us as much as I could with the A or the E. But really, all it is a note, the way we've been doing it. It's 3 frets away, like a minor third, 2A to 5A, down a string to 2D, back. So the B rhythm, or with power chords, however you want to do it, right? So we've got the new lick. Back to the A. Then end on E. Okay, so we have 3 kind of rhythm points that are really just chords, or bars. The 1, the 4, and the 5 in the key of E. E, F, G, A, B, right? 4 and 5 are A and B. The whole thing would be a lick followed by a rhythm. E bar 1. E bar 2. And on A, because we're going to an A, back to the E. That was the B. And then to A. Okay, so this is just one example of how we're taking a lick and then choosing the note that we end on to lead us into the next bar. That's not totally necessary. I think it sounds kind of cool. You can always really just use the same licks to kind of call and response into different chords, bars, however you want to look at it. But I think it's a great way to practice because you're practicing like a very steady 1, 2, 3, 4. And then whatever lick you end up putting in the next spot, it has to be that same timing. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be the same length of time, even if, there are more notes involved and stuff like that. So I think it's a good way to practice your rhythm and your lead playing, kind of in like the same setting. And if you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comment section, Instagram, Twitter, or the website. I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks a lot.